Welcome to Social Online Class. In this video, we are going to see History Chapter 1 Tracing Changes Through 1,000 Years. This is the Part 2 video. Changes during Medieval Period. In the Part 1 video, we have discussed about the changes in map, new and old terminologies, historians and their sources, new social and political groups, region and empire, old and new religions. Now, let us see the first topic, new social and political groups. The 1,000 years between 700 to 1750 was a period of large-scale economic, political, social and cultural changes. There were many developments in the technology. For example, the Persian wheel was used for irrigation and the spinning wheel for weaving, and powerful firearms were invented in that period for big fights. New foods and beverages started to arrive in the subcontinent, like potatoes, corn, chilies, tea and coffee. But now these foods and beverages are very familiar to us. Remember that all these innovations, new technologies and crops came along with people who brought other ideas with them as well. As a result, this was a period of economic, political, social and cultural changes. This was also a period of great mobility. Groups of people started to travel long distance in the search of opportunity. One group of people who became important in this period was the Rajputs, a name derived from Rajputra, the son of a ruler. Rajputs were a group of people who became popular during this time. The term was applied more generally to a group of warriors during the period between the 8th century and the 14th century. These groups of warriors claimed the Kshatriya status. The term Kshatriya included rulers, chieftains, the soldiers and commanders who served in the armies of different countries all over the subcontinent. Other groups of people such as Marathas, Sikhs, Jatis, Ahoms and Kayasthas, a caste of scribes and secretaries, also used this opportunity of the age to become politically important. Throughout this period, there was a gradual clearing of forest and the extension of agriculture, a change faster and more complete in some areas than in others. Changes in their habitat forced many forest dwellers to migrate. Others started tilling the land and became peasants. These new peasant groups gradually begin to be influenced by regional markets, chieftains, priests, monasteries and temples. They became part of large complex societies and were required to pay taxes and offer goods and services to local lords. These differences in the society led to the grouping of people into jatis or subcastes, which were ranked based on their backgrounds and occupations. The ranks kept changing at different areas and time periods based on the power, influence and resources controlled by the members of the jati. The status of the same jati could vary from area to area. Jatis framed their own rules and regulations to manage the conduct of their members. These regulations were enforced by an assembly of elders described in some areas as Jati Panchayat. But Jatis were also required to follow the rules of their villages. Several villages were governed by a chieftain. Together, they were only one small unit of state. Now let us see about region and empire. A Sanskrit Prashakti praising the Delhi Sultan Ziauddin Balban explained that he was the ruler of a vast empire that stretched from Bengal in the east to Ghazni in Afghanistan in the west and included all of South India, that is Dravida. People of different regions such as Gauda, Andhra, Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra and Gujarat apparently fled before his armies. By 700, many regions already possessed distinct geographical dimensions and their own language and cultural characteristics. They were also associated with specific ruling dynasties. There was considerable conflict between these states. Occasionally, dynasties like the Cholas, Khalids, Tughlaqs and Mughals were able to build an empire that was pan-regional, spanning diverse regions. Now let us see about old and new religions. It was during this period that important changes occurred in what we call Hinduism today. These included the worship of new deities, construction of temples by royalty, the knowledge of Sanskrit texts earned the Brahmins a lot of respect in the society. One of the major developments of this period was the emergence of the idea of bhakti, of a loving personal deity that devotees could reach without the aid of priests or elaborate rituals. This was also the period when new religions appeared in the subcontinent. Merchants and migrants first brought the teachings of the Holy Quran in India in the 7th century. Muslims regard the Quran as their holy book and accept that the sovereignty of the one God, Allah, whose love, mercy and bounty embrace all those who believe in Him without regard to social background. There were the Shia Muslims who believed that the Prophet Muhammad's son-in-law Ali was a legitimate leader of the Muslim community, and Sunni Muslims who accepted the authority of the early leaders, caliphs of the community, and the succeeding caliphs. There were other important differences between the various schools of law, Hanafi and Shafi, mainly in India and in theology and mystic traditions. Hope you understood about new social and political groups, old and new religions, region and empire. Thank you. Meet you in the next video.